What's going on, everybody? I just want to give you guys a quick look at my 2024 swim bait setup, what kind of rod and reels I'm throwing with, and then just a quick look at what baits I'm going to be using this year. So my first setup here that I got is going to be the Leviathan Omega swim bait rod. This is the Omega Dirty Dragon. This is the extra heavy. So I use this thing to throw anywhere from those little 70 Gancraft swim baits all the way to the Hinkle, the Mother, and the Ghost. So I really like this rod. I like a rod that's nice and stiff that can throw those treble hook baits very well. It's a really light rod, as well as it handles those baits superbly, like beautifully. So of course, as you can see, I got the Tatula 300 on there, nothing too fancy, and this is one of my go-to setups. So let's go on to the next one. The next setup that I have is the exact same rod. So I'm throwing the exact same rod, the Leviathan Omega swim bait rod, extra heavy, and I'm a guy who likes consistency. So I'll throw, if I like this rod, and I'll stay with it, and I'll throw soft baits with it, I'll throw hard baits with it, and then I will just adjust accordingly to, my baits. If I know I'm throwing a soft bait, I'm aware of that. If I'm throwing a treble hook bait, I'm aware of that, and then I'll adjust accordingly when I get a bite and all that. Some people will talk about the parabolic and ripping the hooks out of the fish mouth and whatever, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. I'm not that too technical. If I get a bite, I get a bite, and how I control that it's whatever, So, with that, I got, with this reel is new to me this year. It's the 2023 Antares DC Monster Drive XG. I used to run the Tatula 300 on this. I sold a couple baits, and I figured, let's try something new this year, and let's get into some DC style reels. So I picked this guy up. There's still snow, and it's still frozen around here, so I can't really get out and test it, but I have been chucking it around the house here, and it's doing pretty dang good. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how it's gonna perform. So that's the setup. Of course, you can see I have just a TK tied on here just to kind of pitch around, get a feel for that. But I really love this setup. Like, this rod is money. I'm really picky with my rods, and when I find one that I like, I kind of, as you can tell, I stick with it. So this extra heavy Leviathan Omega swim bait rod is amazing, super light. Okay, so those are my setups, and you can tell I got the TK on there, and then I'm just running a bait wrap. This is the Plano bait wrap, and then I really like the bait wrap because it just holds so many baits in there. And then I got, let's quickly go here, a HUD, 8-inch HUD. I rigged it with a 12-aught beast hook. Used to mend it. I cut the little weighted system out of there, and I threw a 12-aught beast hook in there to make it weedless. I'm not sure how it's going to work, but I assume it's probably going to work pretty well. So that's what I did there. Same thing with the HUD bluegill. You can see the hook right there. This it drops really heavy, so this thing you just cast it and let it swim in. It's been pretty decent. I haven't caught anything on it off of it yet. Next thing I got going on here is the Ghost. I'll be throwing a Ghost this year. This is the full moon one, I think. But I'll be throwing this thing again this year, and we'll see how that performs. New to me this year is going to be this Roman-made Negotiator. I had the Roman-made Mother. I sold it, and I figured I'd downsize and I'll get the Negotiator. So this is going to be new to me. We're going to see how this thing performs. And after that is shad. So I'll be throwing out the shad this year also. I've already caught one bass on it last year, and lots of hits. So that'll be exciting. Moving on to the K9s. We're throwing some K9s this year. I mean, I've been throwing them for years, but I'll be throwing them again. This one's custom painted. I've caught a lot of fish off of this, 5-pounders and all that. Depth's 250. Ballon, this is the 300. They have a 245, but this Ballon's 300. It's pretty slick. And then most importantly, right here, we'll be throwing the Hinko trout this year also. So I've been throwing these big baits for a little while now, but that's gonna be the setup, the lineup for this year. The only new bait that I'll be throwing would be that Roman Negotiator, the Roman Nego, and then throwing more of that shad. I was throwing it last year already, but I'll be throwing it some more this year. So that's pretty much the setup and the arsenal that I got ready for me this year. I'm excited. This year's feeling like a big bait year, so big bait, big bass year. I think that's about it. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys out on the water.